Welcome to On the Mark. I'm your host, Howard Mark Rubin. I am so excited to present this podcast series addressing our rapidly changing world and how it is affecting industries and people in unique and interesting ways. As John F. Kennedy once said, change is the law of life, and those who look only to the past or present are certain to miss the future. The business leaders and personalities who I will be interviewing in these podcasts certainly look to the future. And I hope you come away with information and inspiration that helps you adapt in both your business and personal lives. You can find these podcasts on all major platforms, including YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and on our website, getsplatzer.com. Welcome to On the Mark. And today's episode is about Jewish matchmaking with a Jewish matchmaker. A woman who makes shit-ups for a living. Her name is Rachel Brown. Rachel, welcome to On the Mark.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So tell me about your company. What does your company do?
My company is called Jewish Matchmaking NY, and I match Jewish men up with Jewish women. The men are my clients.
So the women don't have to pay?
Women don't pay.
Just like in real life. The men always pay.
The men always pay, but the women pay in their own way. So
okay.
it's an equal deal.
It's an equal deal.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so let me ask you. Today, there's JDate.
Yeah.
And there's probably some other Jewish sites. But how do you differ from a web service?
Well, my service it's select. It's curated. I meet everyone. I meet everybody in person. There's an extensive interview with a man. There's extensive interview with each woman. So it's very, very select. I get to know people.
And what if someone is not Jewish, but wants to meet a Jew? They think Jewish husbands are the best. They're not so great, believe me, I know that. But
no, they're good.
I don't know, my wife wouldn't think so. Not sometimes. So can a non-Jew be on your site and be a client?
No. This is a Jewish matchmaking service. So my mission statement before I started this business was to reduce anti-Semitism, reduce assimilation. We got to bring the Jewish people together. We have a huge shit crisis, which is really a horror. The Jewish population is actually shrinking. So no, this is for Jewish people.
Well, I have heard that there was a rabbi, I had him on the podcast. He said, Hitler wanted to kill all the Jews, but the greatest threat to the Jewish population is assimilation.
Yes.
And that is an issue for us. We're not that
huge.
We're not that big.
No.
So how do you define a Jew? If someone is 1/4 Jewish, or what if someone doesn't identify Jewish but is 3/4 Jewish? Does that make Jewish? Well, how do you?
If your mother is Jewish, you're Jewish. And that's what the Torah says. You are what your mother is.
So whatever your mother is.
If your mother is Jewish, you're Jewish. If your father's Jewish, I guess if you grow up, it's like it really depends on who you ask. There are some gray areas, and it is a really good question. But it's if somebody was raised by the mother's not Jewish, the father's Jewish, but they decided to raise the children Jewish. You're Jewish, but technically you are what the mother is.
What if the guy's not circumcised? Could he still be Jewish?
Oh, such a good question.
Do you check for that? By the way, do you check for that? Is that part of your application?
I don't. Now, we will make the assumption that each male has been circumcised according to the Jewish religion. They are. Are there some that aren't? I'm sure there are. But
how about tattoos? Does tattoos eliminate you?
Tattoos do not.
Do not.
Again, good questions here. It really has to do with religion, but it's asked in the application. Do you have tattoos? Some people like it, some people don't.
Okay, so what age group primarily? I know you do different age groups. Or your clientele?
I would say anywhere from 30 to 65.
30 to 65.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a big range. Well, so the younger set, they're looking to get married, they're looking to have children, and the older set are not necessarily looking to get married, but they are looking for a long-term committed relationship. So what the groups have in common is that they're serious. They're serious about a serious relationship.
I'm told that in Florida, what makes a Jewish man attractive at an older age is that he can drive, particularly if he can drive at night. He's a little catch. That's what.
Okay, that helps.
Yeah.
But we have Uber these days, so
that's true. It's probably not as important.
Right.
So is on the economics of it, you say that the man pays.
So what if you have a woman who has a lot of money and men who are blue collar workers who are just making a living but not that much? Is that someone that you think would be a bad match for each other?
I don't think they'd be a bad match, but it's not how my service works.
Okay.
And I'll actually, and I'll tell you, you're going to find this interesting that when a Jewish man marries a Jewish woman, he signs a ketubah. The ketubah, he signs it. She doesn't sign it.
Right.
It's for her. It's for her benefit. And it's saying that I will take care of you emotionally, physically. I will support you. And if there is an event that we do separate, that I'm responsible to pay you alimony or to compensate you in whatever way. So the man pays.
So let me ask you this. What happens if a guy is married and he doesn't, I know you wouldn't take a married guy on your site, but do you do any checking that maybe he's just married and is looking to meet women just to have a good time? How do you?
No, I mean, I wouldn't get people like that because they can go on all these, there's so many apps. And it's easy to lie on the apps, and it's easy to find anybody that's going to come to me and is going to pay. They're serious.
But
so it's really, the chances of that are very, very slim.
Like if I'm looking to buy a house and get a mortgage, there's all kinds of searches done to see where I am financially, whether I have the assets. And there's all kinds of searches done. If I'm looking to get a gun, they do a search for me. What searches do you do to say who someone says there is, who's actually is?
Well, I do background checks on all the women. Just background checks.
Just on the women, not on the men.
Not on the men, no.
And why is that? Why background checks on the women?
Well, again, the man's the client, and I'm representing them. And I also, do I think they're lying? I really don't think they are. They're looking to get married. They're looking to find the right match, and they're paying a fee. So, they're not going to be married. They're not going to be, they're serious men looking for a solid life with a serious woman. So it's really not necessary.
And what if you find out something about the man that's maybe a negative? Maybe he has a criminal record, something like that. Do you feel obligated to tell that to the woman? Or just since you represent the man, that you don't have to say anything negative that you find out about the...
You know what? It's never happened, so I can't say.
No Jewish man ever went to jail. Burning murder.
The pool that I have, it doesn't apply. So what would happen if I got one in the future? I can't really tell you. I don't know. I say I'll cross that bridge if and when I get to it. But the men that I have are very high quality men. They really are.
Well, how do you, the qualifications are, I would think, that they're Jewish.
Right.
They have the money to pay you for your fee. It's about what, $13,000?
It's $13,000.
Okay, for a year. How long is that?
It's a year membership.
A year membership. $13,000 for a year.
Yeah.
So if they're Jewish and they have $13,000, that doesn't necessarily make them a good person.
No, it doesn't. And I might not accept them. I might tell them that I can't accept them as a client. If I don't think I can find them someone, I won't take their money.
And what would be disqualification events that you wouldn't take somebody?
I think if somebody has a very, very negative attitude, if someone says to me blatantly they have like a terrible drug problem or something that's really, I'm not going to fix the woman up with someone like that, has like serious problems like that. Someone that seems somehow mentally unstable that I can deem.
What if he has fetishes? What if he has like some kind of crazy fetish and he tells you about it? Do you then put that on the application and say, we're looking for women who are into having their feet worshipped or being slapped or something like that? Does that become part of the application?
It's not in the application. Should someone say something like that to me? I would, if he wanted me to repeat it, I would. If he didn't, I wouldn't. But as long as no one's in harm, I wouldn't put anybody in harm's way on either side.
Right.
So a fetish,
fetishes are okay.
I guess, as I said, I haven't had a client that's spoken to me about that. But if they did, if they wanted to relay it, I'd be happy to. If not, I would leave it up to them during the date if they wanted to bring it up, I suppose.
How about the woman having a fetish?
It honestly has not come up. It hasn't come up.
You're telling me Jews don't have fetishes? I know plenty of Jews.
They probably do, but it hasn't come up.
Okay, so
it hasn't. Yeah.
So let's talk about physical attributes. So you do an application,
yeah,
and you're representing the man. And what do you get from the woman to show to the? I assume you show something to the man, either electronically or in person, whatever it is.
We have
What do you
headshots
show?
and body shots.
Headshots and body shots.
Yeah.
Okay.
Recent pictures, and that's why it's still very important for me to see everybody in person. Do they look like their pictures?
Right. So you see everybody.
Oh, I see everybody.
Okay. You know,
I would never introduce anyone without meeting them first and having an extensive interview. Never.
and what if you think a guy just doesn't know how to dress, or he has bad teeth, or he has like some ridiculous toupee or wig or comb over? Do you say something and say, you know what, you really got to change this up? You got to do something.
It depends on the person, and it depends how like bad it really is. But I do want to represent every man in the best light possible. And if I do see there's some improvement that could be made, I want to tell them. It's to our benefit. I want them to. It's my reputation. I want to see them married. I want to see them with a significant other. And I used to be a stylist. I'm also a designer. Just my soul is the soul of a designer. I would definitely say something for sure.
So if you didn't like the way someone dressed, if he had like shirts with holes in it, or he dressed with some crazy kind of cap or something like that,
I would say something in a diplomatic way. I would certainly say something.
Mm-hmm. And how about the women? Would you say things to them when you meet them that say, I don't think you're dressing appropriate? Maybe they're dressing too conservative or too slutty or too something in between. Do you say something about
If I did, but my pool, they're not really like that. It's a very I have to say, the roster of my men and women, they're very fine people. It's an attractive group. They're cosmopolitan, they're educated, they come from good families, they have good values, they're all well spoken. They are.
All of them?
Honestly, yes.
Really?
I'm selecting who I choose, and that's why people come to a matchmaker.
And approximately how many clients do you have at any given time?
At any given time, right now, I probably have under 75 guys, something like that. And women, the pool of women is about maybe 500.
Really? And
I've only been in this business, I've been in less than a year. It's not that long.
Oh, wow.
It's very
pretty. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
So how do you get clients? What do? You advertise in the Jewish press? What do you do?
I've done some advertising, but I've been in New York since I'm 17 years old.
Okay.
And I've got giant networks from different businesses and different social groups for many years. So I started with my own network, and it just kind of grew. This was really a calling. It's nothing I really chose. This just happened.
Right.
So I felt it was a calling. I got lots of messages from the universe, and I had dreams. And before I knew it, I was fixing people up, and I thought I need to do this as a business.
But how do people, if you say you have a few hundred women and you have 75?
I have more than that. I have more than a few. Yeah, I have a lot.
Whatever you have, how do they find you?
They
just
find
from your
me
network?
a lot of it's from the network. I mean, everything's social media driven now. I mean, everyone's on Facebook.
Are we talking about
and
Facebook or Instagram?
Facebook and Instagram.
Mm-hmm. I noticed.
It's very powerful. It really is.
Instagram, there's this show called Updating, where they have they match people from an audience and they put them up. Do you do any kind of social media trying to fix people up?
No, my clients, this is very private and it's exclusive. And as I said, it's select, and people want to be under the radar. I posted a couple of my male clients because they let me, I wanted to.
Right.
I would like to post more. They don't want that. That's the whole point in going to a matchmaker. They want this to be private, and they don't have time for the search. It's been difficult for them. It's, choice paralysis, as I call it, with all the apps. They come to me, and they, and the women too, they don't really want to be. There was someone that I wanted to post the other day, and she said, Rachel, this is why I came to you, because I wanted to be private. I said, I understand. I just thought, once in a while I'll do a post on Instagram with someone who I think is fabulous, but, and I understand. So that's the way it is.
See, I find that as a Jewish man gets older, and if he's successful and he's not gay or transgender or something else, that makes him more attractive to women. Just that fact in itself, because there's a less of a pool of those men, because they've had divorces, don't want to commit anymore, or they're into a different lifestyle or whatever reason. And the pool of women is much greater. And I find, I had it when I got divorced between my marriages, that the pool of women looking for men is much greater than men looking for women. It wasn't that hard. Everyone I knew, when I got divorced, I would get calls from people looking to set me up with
Really?
people. In fact, my wife now, when she hears on her radar that one of my friends is going through a divorce or separating from his wife or his girlfriend, boy, her antenna goes up. She works for UJA. Her antenna goes up, and she's got all these women that she's looking to set them up with. But it's not the other way around. When women, but she has a whole bunch of women friends who just can't find guys. You don't find that it's
I don't know why people say that. It's so not true, though. There's so many guys out there that are great guys. They really are. I see them. I talk to him. There's so many that can't find someone.
Really? They must be
There
real
are.
losers. They must be losers.
No, they're really not,
Ugly?
Howard.
It's
No,
gotta be ugly?
they're not ugly. Everyone's at least, average to. I mean, it's average. Nobody's below average.
What's
I mean, it's, again, beauty's in the eyes of the beholder.
What's average?
And they say one man's cake is another man's poison. So I can't really I don't even want to go there. So, but it's, average to above average to, to very good looking. But there's a lot of really great guys. There really are. That's why I hate when people say that just because someone hasn't found their person yet doesn't mean there's no good guys in New York. Not true. There are a lot, actually. I see them. I meet them. And then I meet some that don't decide to sign up.
So you've been in business about a year, you said?
Under a year. Yeah, it hasn't been that long.
So have you made any matches that resulted in marriages yet?
I have people that have been going out for a while now.
Right. And you think it's going to lead to a marriage?
It looks like it. Yeah, God willing. God willing. Yeah, it's exciting.
Do you put in your contract that you get invited to the wedding?
That's not there, but I'm sure I will be, and I would be happy to be, and I can't wait.
And how about yourself? Are you married? Have you found your significant other yet?
My Bashert. I have not found him yet. Not yet.
He might be Puerto Rican for all you know. You never know.
He could be a Puerto Rican Jew.
That's true. It could be. There's such a thing. There's about 5 of them, but there's such a thing.
No, there's some, strategic form. Ed Serlin.
I do.
Yeah.
Well, he's half. He's only half.
He's not. I thought.
No, he's half. He's half Puerto Rican. He likes to.
I thought he was mama's. No.
No.
He's Jewish.
He did a podcast with me the other day. He's not. He's Jewish, but he's more spiritually Jewish. That's a whole.
He's Puerto
thing.
Rican though. Yeah.
He's half Puerto Rican.
Okay.
His mother's Puerto Rican.
Okay, so you are what the mother is.
That's true. So I guess you.
He's a Puerto Rican Jew.
Jewish. Yes, we played golf yesterday. He's not.
He's not. Okay.
Yes, he's not that.
Okay.
That's,
okay, that example then. Okay.
So to you, a Jew, it seems to me. Tell me if I'm putting words in your mouth. That they would expect to raise their children Jewish. That would be important to you in your goal.
Well, that's part of the whole mission statement. We want to grow the Jewish population. We need Jewish babies. We need to grow. How do we grow? Jewish men need to marry Jewish women.
Right.
We need to start 30 on up. Let's just start. Chop, chop, chop. Right. We can't waste any more time.
Well, I think the statistic is that a Jewish couple now has like 1.6 kids on average. It's not even enough to replace what they have. It's not, except for the Hasidim, which is, I think one day all the Jews are going to be ultra Orthodox, because they have 10 kids, and the rest of us,
having less. But we need to grow. We need to grow.
It's also the Jewish community is changing. That it seems that the conservative movement is shrinking, and Jews are either becoming less religious, more reform, or they're becoming more religious and becoming more Orthodox, and that middle ground. Just like in politics in this country, the middle ground is going away,
somewhat,
and it's becoming one side or the other. Does that affect your business at all? Do you have a lot of Orthodox clients, or more your clients reform?
I have both, actually. I have both. I have some ultra Orthodox people, and I have secular people. It really runs the gamut.
So how many of your clients think are kosher?
How many people are kosher? Maybe half.
Kosher, really? I mean, you can't kosher like
something like that.
Go to a regular restaurant and order the fish kosher, or they won't go to fish.
But I was just about to say, it depends. What's your definition of kosher? Because people have different meanings of kosher. But we don't usually get into those details unless it's super important to someone. Then yes, but that's something people are willing to sacrifice or give in on. That's
So I assume you ask people their priorities of what's important in a mate or a partner, someone you're dating. Tell me what's the most important things, or what are your priorities if you're considering someone to meet for your bashert?
Well, the first thing for me, I feel like I just want a connection with someone, because even if so many things check off, let's just say let's say everything checks off your checklist,
Right.
but you just don't feel anything. There's just no connection for whatever it is. Then it's all null and void. So it doesn't even matter. So,
All right, so
you need
that
to have something that you just feel you want to see that person, something that variable.
So it's a connection.
You need to
But
feel that
a connection
to
is
begin with, and
Okay.
then you can start going through your checklist.
Okay. So then when you go through the checklist, you have a connection, and you're going through a checklist. What's number one? Attractiveness, how much money they make, how good a Jew they are.
Values.
So it doesn't.
Values is the big thing.
Values, does that mean how religious they are?
No,
Or is it a spirituality?
No. It's really more based on spirituality. How much do you care about people? Do you give charity? Do you care about what's going on around you? Do you care about the world? Is it just about you?
And how important, not just to you, I don't want to talk about you personally in this question, but how important are political beliefs? In other words,
that can be touchy.
Can a Trump supporter date a Biden supporter?
That gets very dicey nowadays. Very dicey.
Does that become an issue?
It's an issue. It's an issue for a lot of people.
Right.
There are some people, it's an issue for more people than not, actually.
What do you find? Do you get any matches?
I talk to people about that. Some people are flexible and some people aren't,
See, I find it hard. The political divide is so great these days. It's not so much in the middle.
I know.
That
it's very divided. Yeah.
It becomes important.
Yeah.
It really does.
You're right.
And how important is it whether someone wants kids or not? Will someone compromise that, or is that like for everyone a red line that either they want or they don't want kids, but they won't compromise?
Again, that really varies. I mean, some people are like hardcore. If the guy doesn't want to have kids, I'm not doing it. I don't mind if the guy already has kids, but I want a child. It depends. And there's some men that they've already been there, done that. They've got their kids. They just don't want to deal with the baby. And then some men will say, you know what? I love having a family. I understand family values. I wouldn't mind starting a life with a woman and having another child and another family. So it's different. Yeah.
Wow. So let's talk about when you started this business. Did you think you were going to do this for a living, or you did this as kind of like I'll call it a hobby, and then it became a business later on?
I mean, I didn't even start it as a hobby. I was just, I was just getting calls from people to start. I was fixing people up. I was getting calls. Do you know anybody? I was just, as I said, there's such a shit crisis, and all of my friends are on the app, and it's like exploding in their face, and they're getting so sick of it, and people are becoming so depressed over it. And for some reason, some of the people started gravitating to me, and I started fixing people up. And before I knew it, I thought, I think I have a business. Is this a business? And I thought, maybe I need to do this. And then as I said at the beginning when we started speaking, I had dreams about it. I had different signs from the universe, and I thought, is this what I'm supposed to do? So here I am.
And New York. I know there's a lot of Jews in New York. It's probably the second biggest Jewish city after Tel Aviv. But a lot of Jews in the rest of the country. Do you make matches between Jews who are not living in the New York metropolitan area with someone in California or someone in Boston?
It's very hard unless somebody has two homes. I mean, it's really the tri-state area. In order for someone, the word dating means going out with somebody, getting to know them to see if you're a match and to see if you can pursue a long-term relationship. And if you can't actually date someone, which means getting together with them, not just talking on the phone, I don't know how you expect to get to know someone. You have to be within driving distance.
You see, when I met my present wife, this was 25 years ago, 26 years ago. And New York Magazine had like ads in the back of it.
Oh, yeah. So I remember
that.
It
was before dating apps. They had something called Relationship Line. And it was something that, in fact, I was on Fox News with someone, not the one I ended up marrying, but they had a special about this service, and they had on Fox News.
Yeah.
Anyway, you would leave voicemails for people, and people would hear your voicemail. If they liked it, they would leave a voicemail.
But this
for
is
you.
people that put ads in New York Magazine.
Yeah,
So you call the number,
and you have a number, and you
Ah,
just do voicemails back and forth.
Wow.
And I spoke to my wife on voicemail for probably 3 months before I actually met her. So I was talking to other people too, but we would talk back and forth, and we would sometimes talk for hours. Now she says I don't want to talk to her for 5 minutes because it's, I'm watching television. What do I got to talk to you for? We've been married too long, so
Things change.
Things change. But and she reminded me that she talked for hours and hours and hours on the phone.
Because you had a connection, and it probably went by like that, right?
Right. It did. And but we did it virtually. It was not virtually like they do now with a computer. But now I would think it would be easier if you're having want to have a relationship with someone in California, that you could do it on virtually. Do it with Facebook. You don't think you can get a connection with someone?
I mean, you could, but when
with them?
Okay, so let's say you can, but then what? So, okay, we've established this connection through FaceTime. We've been having, many conversations.
The next
when are we meeting, and how is it going to work out if you're in California and I'm here?
Well, before you do that, you could have like phone sex. You could do it just FaceTime to the place, and see how compatible
there's an option. There's always an option. There you go. Okay, you got a good answer. You got a good answer, Howard.
But you're going back and forth with someone, and they're in California and you're in New York, and now you're going to meet them. Well, it's a connection.
If the man wants to make the effort, and he wants to keep coming to New York, and he wants to fly her, and she's willing, then then go for it. I just think it's like not so easy.
I think you're a little chauvinistic. Why is it always the man? There are plenty of women, who are very financially successful. Women have more wealth in this country than men. Most of it's inherited, but they have more wealth than men. They're some very successful women. Why is it always the man who has to pay for everything? He has to be the one to go out. Why is that?
That's a good question. It's a really good question. The Torah says so. This is a traditional Jewish dating service. I don't want to use the word dating. I don't want people dating. I want them to meet somebody and get married. So
Torah says the man has to pay. Show me where it says in the Torah the man has to pay. It's 10 Commandments.
Okay, well, let me explain. Let's define the word pay. Okay, so according to the Torah, the marriage is for the sake of the man. Women are here on a volunteer basis. We're here to help the man elevate with his, the word tikkun, which is their correction. The women are here for the man's tikkun. They need to provide children, a girl and a boy, to help the man elevate, to help him on his spiritual journey. It's a choice for us. This is a job, a choice for us.
Right.
They need to be married for their soul's elevation. They can't not.
Okay,
they need to pay, and they need to earn that.
But you told me a couple of minutes ago that maybe half of your clients are Orthodox and the rest of them are Reform or spiritual, or they're not Orthodox. What you're talking about is the traditional Orthodox relationship and path. But how about all those people who are not Orthodox? How about those people who are Reformed? They don't accept that kind of.
Well, again, this is my business, and I see this all from a spiritual perspective.
It's your business, so the man has to pay.
Well, I mean, so let me explain. So it's a spiritual concept. It's not a religious concept. So it's a spiritual concept. It's an energetic concept. So what you're saying actually doesn't apply. It doesn't. It's a spiritual concept that the man needs the woman, they need the relationship. So they need to pay. It's, again, why are they signing the ketubah? If you're a secular Jew, you're still signing the ketubah. It's because, again, it's an energetic exchange.
So if a man goes on a date with a woman, and it's not the first date, maybe it's the second, third, fourth date, he has to pay for the dinner?
I mean, he doesn't have to pay, but he should pay.
He should pay. He should pay for every meal.
He should pay for every meal.
Even though she makes a lot more money.
It doesn't matter. It's a traditional service. It's a man pays for the woman.
And how about sex? Is sex something that you wait till marriage? Or does the man get sex in return for paying all these meals? How does this work? Because I'm not paying for all these meals and wait till I get married. I mean, I gotta, there's gotta be some plus.
I hear you. You know, I match the people up, you know, as far as like when they're having sex, if they're having sex, that's between them. The goal of each one is to get married or connect to a long-term committed relationship. That's what it is. If you're not looking to get married, you're not looking for a long-term committed relationship, don't join my service. So the sex part, that's personal.
So
I don't really know. I don't need to know.
Premarital sex is okay with you? Is it not?
I mean, again, it's up to the couple. It's not, you know, it's not my own opinion. It's whatever works for the couple.
Do you tell the man that he has to pay for all the meals?
No, it's just assumed. You know,
It's
the
just
people,
assumed.
it's assumed, and the man takes on a man's role.
You know, I had a female friend of mine, a good female friend of mine, who had a date with someone, and I said, "How did it go?" He says, "I would never date this guy again." He said, "Why?" He says, "He paid for the meal, but he used a coupon." She didn't want to get a coupon.
Where did they?
Yeah,
A Groupon. I said coupon. A Groupon.
A Groupon. He had a Groupon, and she said that. How do you have a Groupon on the first date?
Well,
It said, she thought that was extremely cheap to use a Groupon.
Oh, where did they go? That's a little harsh. I mean, there's Groupons to really good places.
No, she didn't think it was right. You think that's okay to use a Groupon on the first date?
I've never heard of that, but I mean, it's like there's different ways. Well, now people, you pay on your phone, you pay with cards.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would say that probably wasn't the reason that she didn't like him. There was probably something else, and then the Groupon just was like somehow that just.
Well, she also said he was complaining about his ex-wife a lot.
Okay, there you go. That's what it's not the Groupon. She didn't want to hear about the ex-wife on the date, and I understand. Nobody wants to hear that. Nobody's interested.
Yeah, I wouldn't think you'd really.
They're just not.
I was on a cruise, and this guy had this big gold blob around his neck, and I had asked him because it was so unattractive. I said, you know,
like a medallion?
No, it was just a blob of gold. I said, "What is that?" He says, "That's my 3 wedding bands. I melted them down and put them around my neck. Probably not to make it any bigger."
That's hysterical. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's a true story. It's but so let's talk about situations where someone's out on a date.
Yeah.
And the woman doesn't think it's going well, or the man doesn't think it's going well, and they give you a call and they ask them, "What should we do?"
You mean during the date?
During the date.
No one would do that. They would call me afterwards, and I talk to everybody after the end of their dates and find out how it went.
You find out how it went.
Oh, for both.
On both sides.
Oh yeah, I want to see. I need to know what's going on.
So do you have any, as a lawyer, I call it a fiduciary duty. Do you have, to the woman who's not paying you, do you have any fiduciary duty to her to take her interests in mind in the service?
I mean, I do. I mean, of course, my greater interest is for the male client, but the duty I have is human dignity, first of all, and whatever I say, to say it with human dignity, and maybe constructive criticism if there is anything, and just handling the politics of everything well, because I don't want anyone to be, feel really offended or put in an uncomfortable position. So I want people to be, feel good about the process.
You ever give a discount for a particular good catch, like a Jewish doctor? Does he get a discount?
I hate to say it, but doctors aren't considered a good catch these days. That's really based on what's going on with our healthcare system.
That's always been the best catch.
It used to be,
That's what my mother wanted.
No, I was married to a Jewish doctor. That was my grandmother's dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like the perfect
when I was 21, long time ago. And that's why, and it didn't pan out so well.
So what type of occupations that men have that you think make good spouses? Are people businessmen better than lawyers or accountants, or what type of man do you find generally is a good catch?
Honestly, it does not matter. It's about their heart. It's about their heart. It's their soul. It's their personality. It's their warmth, their care for other people. That's just a detail, really, honestly.
You don't find like accountants are very boring?
Not necessarily. Yeah, I know they have that reputation. That's the stereotype, yes, but sometimes not.
Should a woman, when she goes out on a date, should she dress provocatively? Should she try to show her assets more, or should she be more conservative in terms of her dress?
I just think tasteful, and I think we all basically know what tasteful is. most women in the tri-state area that have a good head on their shoulders know.
So that means like no cleavage. Is that what do you?
I can't say no cleavage. I mean, it's like, let's just say that I direct people to wear something that's tasteful. And sometimes women do ask me, do you think this is too much? Is this okay? And then I comment. And
so you comment.
If they ask me, or if I hear something from a male that says, I couldn't believe she did this, or, or looked like that, but it doesn't really happen. Like I said, I have got a great roster of women. I do.
And this is all from your social media. You don't really advertise.
Well, I do some advertising.
On social media, you do advertising?
Yeah, I do some.
On what, like Facebook?
Facebook and Instagram, that's all I have. I'm not a technical person. I don't really connect to technology that much, actually. So it's really more grassroots.
So
I'm more comfortable with that.
So since a woman's not paying, a woman contacts you when she wants to be in your network.
Mm-hmm.
Are you very selective in what women you take?
Yeah, absolutely.
Being
I
Jewish?
am. Yeah,
like
absolutely.
What would make a woman qualified for your network?
A woman that is physically attractive. Again, it's body, mind, and spirit. It's all of that. Attractive in all those levels. Someone with a pleasant personality. Someone that's looking for something that's real and solid. Just by speaking with someone if I speak with a woman for an hour and ask her a lot of questions, we have, deep conversations, you get to know a lot.
So what if she's really ugly, but has a great personality?
Again, I mean, it's like what I may think let's not use the word ugly, let's say unattractive. Someone else might think they are. So it's just.
So that wouldn't matter what they look like.
I mean,
how about if they're 300 pounds? Can they be on your network too?
I can't really. I mean, I hate to say I can't really. The only reason I can't accept that is because I know my male clients won't. It doesn't mean that she can't. It doesn't mean that she'll never find anyone. I'm saying for my particular service, I wouldn't want to waste her time coming in for an interview if I don't think there's someone that would go out with her. So it's just.
Is there any kind of minimum age and maximum age that you're not going to go for a guy over 80, right? Or someone under 60.
If there are men that do contact me that are over 80, I would take them.
What if
I don't have any right now, but
it's a philosophy bag or something?
Oh.
No.
No. Honestly,
as long as they got money and good personality, he's good to go.
No, there are people that don't mind taking care of people, and I think and I tell people you have to change your consciousness and understand that you come to a relationship to share, not to take. It's not for you to come to a relationship with a toothbrush and say, "Here I am." That's not it. You're here to share. So, and we're all imperfect, and we all have flaws. And again, maybe one woman might not mind that. Maybe she would be happy taking care of a man, and it really varies.
And does it matter if there's a big age difference, like in a 60-year-old date a 30-year-old is in your site?
It doesn't. No, it really doesn't. And most of the men, again, they're looking for people that they consider to be eligible for them. So eligible is really 30 years. It's whatever your definition of eligible is, that's everybody else's definition of eligible.
It's got to be older than your daughter.
Well, it usually is, But even a 60-year-old guy doesn't really want a 40-year-old. They'd rather have somebody 10 years younger. They prefer.
No, I disagree with that.
Oh, you do?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Well, my pool is.
Not
the 40-year-olds. The 40-year-olds don't really want to 60. A lot of the 40-year-olds don't really want to go out with somebody 20 years older.
I had a client. I won't give his name, but the president of his charitable foundation, extremely, very, very wealthy, and he was in his 80s, and he wouldn't date a woman over 40. And I asked him why. He said to me, my wife hates this thing. He'd take his hand and go, "There's nothing like the feel of a young woman's skin."
Oh, okay.
A little creepy. Why I hate that? But that was his preference.
It's probably true. And so, but it's like, again, it depends. It's important to you.
Then he would get upset because he felt these women just wanted him for his money.
Okay,
he didn't understand that. He didn't understand.
Maybe because he could be right. Exactly. So the 40.
Right.
So the 40-year-olds that I know, they don't want a 60-year-old because they want to have a baby, they want to have a family. So they're not looking for that kind of a guy. So I'm saying it's not going to happen.
Yeah, how about your women who are 50? They're not looking for a baby anymore. So at that age, so are they more flexible in who they date?
Yeah, they're more flexible.
And do you find a lot of situations where the the woman is substantially older than the man. You got a lot of Jewish cougars in there. There's not too many Jewish cougars.
I have them, but I tell them I can't fix them up because I don't have the men that will take them. But I mean, I have some. They say I'll go out with. I'm like, they're great. They're fabulous gals, but not for the younger guys. The younger guys won't go out with them. No.
So you're saying that nobody on your site is looking to just hook up. They all want.
No, not at all. Not at all. This is a serious site, serious business, serious people. We're in a shit crisis. This is a shit crisis. It's worse now than it's ever been. We're at the height of the shit crisis. We have to do something to solve this. We have to. This is a serious business. We must increase the Jewish population. I mean, it's really, look what's going on in politics, not to get into that whole thing. But the alarm went off already a couple times. We can't ignore it anymore.
Well, then to increase the Jewish population, it's not a matter of getting married. It's a matter of having children.
Well, we got to start with getting married, and then we have children after.
Well, no, a lot of people have baby daddies and baby mamas. And could they have to be married to have kids? Or
no, you don't have to. No, you don't have to.
Okay, so could people? People get together in your site and not get married and just kind of have kids?
I mean, that's their own choice. But again, still a Jew is with a Jew. A Jewish man is with a Jewish woman producing a Jewish child. So
I don't know many Jews who are referred to as baby daddies. It's not a Jewish thing.
It's not a Jewish term. It's really not. But for the sake of the conversation, we could call it that. I guess by definition. Okay.
You gotta have a better name. Jewish baby daddies.
It's probably not going to happen, but I mean, I would be happy if that happened. I'd rather. I mean, isn't that better than assimilation?
Yes,
of course it is. So we'll take what we can get. Baby steps, let's call it. So let's just get to where we want to go. We got to get on the right track.
How do you see your business growing in the future? Do you see yourself expanding, or are you happy with what you're doing now, or do you have any plans to maybe go to other cities or find a way to expand the type of business that you're doing?
No, it's not even a choice for me. It's just expanding. It's just growing. Like I said, this is the calling. When I was a little girl and my mother said to me, "What do you want to do when you grow up?" I didn't say I want to be a matchmaker. I said I want to be a ballerina. So this is a calling that happened later in life. So it's sort of going on. It sort of has a life of its own, actually. It's growing.
And do you have anyone that you work with, or is this just your 100%, your one man?
Right now, it's just me.
Just you.
Just little old me.
Wow.
And it's going until further notice.
So are you looking to get like a show on the Jewish channel or something?
I mean, it's not on my radar, but we'll see
what
comes down the pipe,
Uh-huh. And are you feeling anxious to find your match, your Bichette? Is it something that you feel that you're anxious about, or is it something you're just going to wait and whatever it comes to you, it comes to you?
No, I'm not anxious. No, I just feel like when the time is right and God sends that person, I'll be here and I'm open.
See, if people had that attitude, though, they wouldn't hire you.
Well, they need to learn to have. Well,
you got to find a Jewish matchmaker.
I'm the channel. I mean, if a consciousness to have, meaning have the desire, but you have to also let go. So I have the strong desire, but you need to let go. But you also need to do whatever you can to help yourself, which is find a matchmaker. And I tell people still stay on the apps. You don't know where it's going to come from. Don't leave no stone unturned.
Well, if my wife keeps insisting I talk to her more, maybe I'll have to call you up. But for right now, I'm going to leave things the way to go. But Rachel, it's been a great conversation.
Oh, it's been so much fun.
It's been a lot of fun.
It's been great.
I think people have learned some things about this, and I think you got a great mission.
Yeah.
And thank you for being on the mark. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Bye-bye.
I hope you enjoyed this episode of On the Mark. I started this podcast by quoting John F. Kennedy and would like to end it with quoting one of my favorite baseball players, Nolan Ryan. Enjoying success requires the ability to adapt. Only by being open to change will you have a true opportunity to get the most from your talent. I wish you success in staying ahead of the curve instead of behind the 8 ball. Thank you for tuning in.